How do they measure up? Here's your tail of the tape for a middleweight semifinal brought to you by Arkham. Dalton Rosta, 29. Aaron Jeffery is 3 years older. Jeffery does stand 2 inches taller, but Dalton Rosta has the slight reach advantage. Rosta's in the green trunks, Jeffery in the black. Immediate double jab from Jeffery.
Long stance for both of these fighters. Last time we saw Jeffery kicking the leg a little bit, and that was effective. You hear that USA chant.
The Chicago crowd showing support for Dalton Rosta.
That's an interesting little kind of hammer fist down through the guard. There it is again.
There's a heavy leg kick from Jeffery that was effective, as you mentioned, Dan, in their last bout.
It almost felt like it was a trap, like he was laying that hand out there to trap a glove and punch over it, but he didn't punch over it.
Underneath the hook.
Sorry, Sean. Good work so far by Jeffery. You know, pushing the pace, trying to hold the center. Testing to see if Dalton Rosta can maintain his composure and not get drawn into a scrap where he has to start wrestling and fighting in the clinch. Nice, that was a good split jab.
Rosta's already landed a couple left hands early, some redness on the right side of Jeffery's face. We've seen him take damage in fights before, and again, does not seem to be overly effective. FanDuel live odds in the top left corner in Dalton Rosta's favorite right now.
Yeah, that was great work by Dalton Rosta. A solid jab to the midsection as well. And he really clearly tried to stay relaxed in that clinch. Not allowing Aaron Jeffery to draw him in. Beautiful lead uppercut as well.
Nice shovel uppercut. Jeffery with a good right hand on the return. That push kick to the body is a weapon Jeffery likes to use.
See how relaxed he is in this clinch. He's really not trying to utilize his strength. Trying to keep one hand free to box the ears of Aaron Jeffery a little. I like those knees to the midsection by Jeffery. That's another way to attack the gas tank. There it is again.
Scan the QR code to get nitrogen-infused Valor energy drinks. Official energy.
Oh, nice little up elbow by Rosta. There was some nitrogen on that elbow, Sean.
And a smile from Aaron Jeffery after the combination. Heavy leg kick again from the Canadian.
Beautiful inside up elbow. He did it twice.
One thing that Dalton Rosta told us in the fighter meetings, these chest-to-chest positions in their first fight, he let his ego get involved. He wanted to prove that he was the stronger fighter here, and that's part of why he drained his gas tank so much. Staying relaxed here is going to be important for him, and so far we have seen him, instead of engaging in this, trying to work his way off successfully to this point with 2 minutes left in round 1.
Yeah, this has been clever work by Dalton Rosta on the inside. This is smart fight IQ, and you can see that this is a lesson from that last fight. But I have to say, I think Aaron Jeffery's improved a lot since the last time they faced as well. I think his striking looks sharper, and I think his work into the clinch is better.
Good right hand there from Rosta. Now he attacks the body with the left. Like to see that shovel uppercut again from Dalton Rosta. Good check hook, blocked by Jeffery. And again, that one not so much. Oh, right hand from Jeffery. Snapped the head of Dalton Rosta back.
Rosta going to try and circle off the fence. Try and use as little energy as possible again.
Oh, nice
elbow over the top.
Jeffries used that overhook, pressed on the ribs to create some space, and then brought his elbow over the top and through the gap. Very nice job with that forearm.
It's clear that Aaron Jeffery's watched that last fight back, and as nonplussed as he seemed all the way through the fight week about it, it's obvious that he's taken the lessons, the things that worked well in that last fight, and made them his game plan this time around.
Good work by Rosta. Got his foot back onto the hips, kicked off, got himself to space, and bought him some room for this, where he wants to keep the fight, out here in the center of the smart cage.
Good footwork by Jeffries. keeping Rosta corralled on the outside, controlling the center of the cage.
A good turn there by Rosta.
Jeffery reaches over to try and threaten the neck of Dalton Rosta. Final few seconds of round number 1. And we go picture in picture so you don't miss a moment of the action. Close first round. The numbers say, our fight stats say, Dalton Rosta threw more and landed more in round number 1. Control positions favoring Jeffery, but no meaningful offense came out of it against the cage. No real takedowns. Here's another entry from Aaron Jeffery. Can Dalton Rosta stay on his feet again?
Testing the balance and flexibility of Rosta. Rosta with fast hand combinations, but Aaron Jeffery's got a really good defense.
Yeah, he shells up nice. He keeps his elbows high.
Good cross knee. Dalton Rosta trying to stuff the arm of Aaron Jeffery. He's got that overhook. And he's trying to get under the chin, trying to make some space for those elbows that he keeps chopping away with. But Aaron Jeffery driving forward. Rosta potentially off the fence one more time. I mean, this
separation and that left hand again from Dalton Rosta.
This is what Jeffery does so well. He just forces you to work at a pace that you really don't want to. I mean, Rosta wants to be a bit more perfect with these strikes, and he's having to fight off the back foot more than he would like to.
Dig to the body with the right hand. Rosta hit Jeffery. Jeffery didn't react much. Shoves the Canadian away.
Nice short little left hook on the inside by Jeffries.
Nice
jumping knee by Rosta.
And a jab behind it. Another. Now Rosta working better, moving backwards. As this fight goes later and later, I mean, the gas tank is something that you have to wonder about. That was a factor in the first matchup. And we talked with Dalton Rosta. He cut 21 pounds off of his frame this week in order to make that middleweight limit. That's a significant chunk. Looks very drawn out at the weigh-ins.
Yeah, this pace is really gonna check that rehydration process that he put himself through. Like, he's looking good right now, but he's clearly managing his breathing and his energy.
Nice.
Aaron Jeffery that's leading the pace right now, setting the pace of this fight.
Another nice elbow over the top by Jeffries in that clinch.
If you guys will allow me the liberty, I haven't had a chance to speak with Big John McCarthy yet on the broadcast. And round 1 was very, very difficult for me to score. Same is true halfway through round number 2. So, Big John, how do you see this fight going at the midway point?
You know, right now, I thought the first round went to Dalton Rosta. He landed the heavier shots and he had more volume than Jeffries. I thought Jeffries was trying to wear him down with the grappling. He just wasn't real effective. When he gets into that real close clinch, his elbows are beautiful, and he's doing a much better job in the second round of creating those same circumstances. The elbows are landing, and he's pushing Dalton as far as the cardio. He's got a plan, and his plan may actually come to fruition.
Thank you, Big John. Rosta attacked the legs of Aaron Jeffery there momentarily, but Jeffery immediately threatened the neck. Now back chest to chest, this time with Rosta pressing against the smart cage. And he told us he did not want to do this. He did not want to fight this way.
Absolutely, but it might be because he's just sick of being on the back foot up against the fence. He might decide to take the initiative and wrestle, but you're correct. I mean, this is what gassed him out in their last fight. This is really Jeffery getting the response that he wanted from this type of fight that he's putting on Dalton Rosta right now, who again is staying on this body lock. 1 minute left. In my opinion, I think he really needs to break and strike. Stay on the front foot and be aggressive, but get out of the clinch again. This is vintage Aaron Jeffery. He doesn't even mind being in this position because the game plan is working. He's forcing Rosta to work.
If Aaron Jeffery has an elite tool in his toolbox, it is that cardio. It is the work rate. As he builds this frame with his left arm on the side of Dalton Rosta's head. And even that, Randy, just trying to press and force your way through that frame is not the economy of motion Dalton Rosta
it's absolutely
talked
not.
about.
He's spending a lot of energy there. So Jeffries keeps coming over his head and making him bow up and get his head out of there. All of that costs energy.
One flurry to end the round. One more round between Dalton Rosta in the green, Aaron Jeffery the black. Winner moves on to a middleweight world tournament final. Very close fight so far. Similar work rate in the striking. Jeffery has mostly been the one initiating the grappling exchanges, as now he chases with some leg kicks. And again, this is the game plan for Aaron Jeffery. Nice work by Dalton Rosta to get his back off the cage.
And I like those low kicks as well from Aaron Jeffery. I think Dalton Rosta needs to vary his striking targets. Aaron Jeffery's kind of figured out the jab and the cross hook. So I think maybe going back to the body with some straights as well to open up the headshots.
Now Jeffery may be appealing to the emotion of Dalton Rosta. Chatting a little bit, telling him those jabs didn't hurt. Strong left underhook here from Jeffery to get him into position. Right in front of the Dalton Rosta corner.
It's a drowning pace from Aaron Jeffery. Good elbow over the top again. Aaron Jeffery not allowing any space, any separation. Digs another underhook.
Rosta works off the cage one more time. Now Jeffery's got the timing on the counter hook. And right back into the pocket. Right back into the cage work.
You know, it's not even like you work off the fence, but you kind of work along the fence, don't you? Because Aaron Jeffery just shadows him constantly. Every time he breaks, he's saying hello to Randy Couture here.
Keeps him corralled. His footwork is he's that half a step ahead at all times.
It's exhaustive work.
The gas tank of Dalton Rosta holding up here in round 3. Can he get himself off one more time? Shakes the arms out. Shows a good left hand. Rosta. The forward pressure of Aaron Jeffery is just interminable.
He's not even too precious about whether these strikes land cleanly or not. As long as he's throwing something, as long as he's working, he's doing something. You see Dalton Rosta's trying to load up with these bigger shots, but ultimately it's Jeffery just kind of peppering and eroding his energy with these short shots to the body. It's exhaustive work.
And now Jeffery's starting to pull away with the strikes landed just because of that work rate. Shots to the lead leg again. But Randy, I mean, rounds 1 and rounds 2 were very, very close.
Super close.
I don't know if either fighter or either fighter's corner feels that they were in control heading into round number 3 here. Jeffery with a right hand working into the midsection of Dalton Rosta.
It'll be an interesting one to see how the judges are seeing this.
Minute 15 to go. Jeffery must feel like he's on the home straight. Again, tries to shook him by, follows with the knee.
1 minute left. Winner advances to a World Tournament final in August in our middleweight division. Will face the winner of tonight's main event. Fabian Edwards and Josh Silveira squaring off to cap the night in Chicago. Little blood tracing, I think, down the left side of Rosta's face. He's now swinging away, trying to make something happen. Jeffery stuck his tongue out. Good left hook from Rosta. Stabbing kick to the body. Roundhouse kick to the body from Rosta.
This has been a ferocious pace. 10 seconds left in the final round. Aaron Jeffery still setting the pace of this fight. Rosta still trying to be reactive, throwing some big bombs to finish.
Big flurry from Rosta to finish the fight. To the judges' scorecards we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 hard-fought rounds, we turn to the judges' scorecards. Brandon Mason scored the fight 29-28 in favor of Rosta. Scott Jones scores the fight 30-27 in favor of Jeffery. Rick Winter scores the fight 29-28 in favor of your winner by split decision. Moving on to the finals of the PFL World Tournament. Dalton Rosta.
Welcome to our ESPN audience. We just had the decision read in a tight back-and-forth battle in the middleweight division. Dalton Rosta avenges the only loss of his career, ekes out a split decision victory over Aaron Jeffery, and you can see they're having a little conversation about it inside the smart cage now. Sean O'Connell, Randy Couture here on the desk. Dan Hardy is in the cage with your winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with your winner, Dalton Rosta. That was a hard-fought battle, my friend. You had to dig deep in that one. How confident were you with the scorecards?
I thought I was going to win 29-28. I don't know which round they were going to give them, but I know those last 2 rounds were close. I know I for sure won the first one, but the last ones were iffy. So I thought I won the fight, but you never know with these judges. Whenever I heard him say 30-27, I was like, damn. So I didn't know what was going to happen, but he's a tough motherfucker. I thought I was going to go out there and get the knockout. I thought he was very hittable, but today he definitely improved. I was doubting that beforehand, talking shit, and I meant everything I said. It wasn't fucking fake, but he definitely improved too, and I overlooked him more than I should have.
Look, it seems to me like that first fight between you really, it pushed you both to evolve. Like, you could clearly see your evolution, your control, and your maturity, but at the same time, you brought the best out of him. Did you get that impression?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like the shit talk definitely made for a better fight. You know, I feel like we were both laser focused for that fight, and I don't know, like, if it made it personal, me talking all that shit to him, but I wanted to draw something out of him. And like I said, I wasn't faking it. That's just how I am. And if people take it the wrong way, if people don't like it, so be it. You either love me or you hate me. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to be the best.
Well, you're into the final, my friend. We're all excited to see that.
I can't fucking wait. Thank you.
Congratulations, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Hercules, Dalton Rosta.
Click below to subscribe and watch more MMA content.